Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Now guys, let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies as usual on Thursdays. Well, technical picture changing slowly here. Mostly we have something to discuss only on the daily and intraday charts. On the higher time frame, everything stands mostly the same and moderately bearish. As we already talked about the importance of these levels, market has broken it down, which means that currently this trading range is open for price performance. Fundamental background currently also stands hardly positive. So on the first it was the accident with the FTX. Now rumors stand that in Binance is also not everything good. Not everything stands good. So it might be another big whale that could collapse, and some problems exist there as well. Recently Genesis, as you know, stopped clients withdrawal and the lack of the funds. So this, it seems like the snowball is rising gradually, and FTX was so big that we do not know yet all participants in this collapse. So within the few months probably we could know what really impact will be on the crypto market. But markets participants currently definitely is losing the confidence, especially the institutional investors. So hardly we could count on the inflows of the institutions in the market in the near term, because besides those private investors, individual investors who still could out of the markets now is getting out. That of course creates really bad sentiment around the cryptocurrencies, and we could get maybe some tactical minor splashes and pullbacks, but hardly we could speak about the changing of the major tendency in near term. So remain skeptic on bullish perspective for the cryptocurrency right now. On the weekly chart also we have the bearish sign that I already talked about. This is actually the fact that market dropped below the lows and stand there for the second week in a row. This is bearish. So if we would get, for instance, picture of the fast return, so market grabs the stops below the zeros and shows the fast return at backup, well, that might be absolutely different story. But in the current circumstances, this looks bearish, and the nearest target will be, next target is OP 1230, approximately 1223, and take a look natural support line of the previous consolidation. That's what we are waiting for in mid-term on the cryptocurrencies. On the lower time frame, take a look at the bounce that we discussed to the 1840 area right there has happened with this pullback on the daily chart. But now this performance takes the clear shape of the pennant. As you understand, after collapse, forming the pennant is always bearish, and it increased chances that market should proceed to the next target and could proceed to the next target, which is a 1618 extension of the butterfly, and that stands approximately around 13 even. So that's really could happen. On the 4-hour time frame chart, it looks like this. The trend remained bearish as well here. It's, by the way, guys, on the daily chart we could get the grubber in the nearest time if it will keep going in the same manner with the MACD predictor. So on the 4-hour time frame chart, it looks like this. Appearing of the pattern of the triangle, actually it keeps chances on the possible, I don't know, ABCD to the upside or something of that sort, because this is triangle. But taking into consideration the previous collapse and the performance on the most recent part of the pattern, which is really looks weak, especially after initial jump, slow down, some drop, and then take a look, the trend range just becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. It usually not the way how bullish performance take the speed, and I suggest that's more chance that we will get the downward breakout here out of this triangle. And from that standpoint, take a look what we actually have. Last time we discussed these lows, and we said that until these lows are valid, because take a look on Monday this jump was really nice, and if you take a look at the MACD predictor, you could see there was some kind of the grabber action, bullish reversal, and said bulls could try and take the position on the pullback against the lows. That was our conclusion on Monday. And in the short term, this tactics actually works not bad, because you could see that on the hourly chart, indeed, it was 618 retracement. And market shows really nice performance to the upside. So if you still have this long position, and you could see this position now absolutely in a break-even stage, in a profit area, you could just move stops to the break-even and see what will happen next. Because small chances exist that maybe it will be up protection. But if you do not have the long position, I would say that it would be better to not take it currently. Maybe market could show some minor up protection here back to the top in 16, 17 even or somewhere. But in general, this performance that we see here is definitely very slow compared to this one, and it is not inspiring me to take the new long position. For taking the bearish position, it's a bit early, so you need to wait when the market taking out of these lows. If market will drop below these lows, that will be the bearish sign, and it tells you that with a high probability, market takes out of these lows as well, and the triangle here will be broken down. So that being said, for the bulls, if you have position, you could try to keep it. If you do not have the position, do not take it. For the bears, watch for these lows. If market will break the 16 even down, then you could start thinking about taking the position. So that's our conclusion currently on Bitcoin market.